Are you the kind of person that buys organic without knowing what on earth it means? Well, if you are, then you're in good company. Today we'll be sharing stories from our past, playing some games, and maybe even performing a live sketch or two. Let's gather some sand, make some mirrors, grab your knitting needles, a blanket, because it's time for three old friends to sit around and sew a new patch into their quilt of friendship. So join me, Dion, along with Christian.
Welcome to Patchwork.
And Josh.
Welcome to Patchwork. Now, before we get started, Dion, Josh and I have something to bring to your attention.
Oh no,
And
I'm adopted.
And Josh went to some lengths to cut this little package together for you. If you will remember, a couple of patches ago, you were a little bit ill.
Yes.
Bit blocked up, weren't you, Dion?
Yep.
Yep.
I was.
And what you subjected Josh and I to is quite frankly rude.
And disgusting.
Let's have a little listen.
On that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was it throughout the whole episode. Oh my God. Occasionally Dion hocking.
Wow, that was really evidence throughout the whole episode. There's about 4 clearing of throats there.
Clearing of throats.
I have been told that the way I clear my throat when I'm sick is disgusting. It has been feedback that's been given back to me.
What I found most disgusting about it, if I can cast my mind back, was that you had a box of tissues and you would hock and then spit into the tissue.
But so what do you do in that situation, Christian, when you're getting phlegm? What do? You just swallow it?
Yeah.
Are you serious? You swallow your phlegm?
Do you think that that's making you sicker?
No, I just think it's disgusting. If you're coughing up, maybe you've never been properly sick before.
It's your body trying to get rid of it. You should get it out of your body.
Yeah. It's not like you should ingest it again. I'm not like an animal that poos and then eats its own poo.
Hang on a
There's
second.
no animals that do that. Are there animals that do that?
That eat their own poo?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What? What's an animal that eats its own poo?
A dog.
They don't eat their
It's
own
a
poo.
3-letter animal. It's the most common one.
I guess cats eat their own vomit. Yeah, I'm assuming when you vomited when you were 15, when you were drunk, you went back in and ate it all up.
Lapped it up.
We can forgive you, Dion, for being sick. And I think it's important that everyone does realise that if we're going to keep up a schedule of releasing these fantastic podcasts every 2 weeks, sometimes we have to record in inconceivable conditions.
In sickness and in health.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, Dion, you were sick and we recorded anyway because all three of us just really genuinely love doing this show together.
Yeah, and we'd all love for it to be a bigger part of our lives, which brings us to our announcement. We are starting a Patreon. Patreon is essentially, it's a subscription service where people can support creative artists. It's kind of weird to talk about though, because it's essentially saying, hey, this thing that we produce that we love doing, we think it's good and we think it's worth money.
Yeah, and we know that everyone's not going to be able to afford to give us money every month. That's completely fine.
Yeah.
Patchwork is going to be exactly the same. You'll still receive episodes for free through the exact same channels. And it'll just really help us grow and bring you more content. And I don't know, let's see where Patchwork can go.
Yeah, and if you did want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/welcome to Patchwork.
So as you guys mentioned, I was sick a couple of weeks ago and I was out with some friends and I really didn't know what the hell to do. You know, it's that sickness where you can take Panadol, you can sleep, and that's about all you can do.
You were just drained.
I was just drained.
Depleted.
I was depleted.
Yeah.
Have you got another word I can...
Had to find a charger.
Had to find a charger.
Yeah.
And one girl said, hey, I've got these tablets that are like this miracle herbal medicine tablet. So she went out to her car and grabbed me 6 of these big green, dark green looking tablets. And I took a few of them and it didn't have any effect on me. And she was absolutely sure. Do you have any idea what these might have been?
Did she take them out of like a bum bag or something? Have some sunnies on, did she? A lot of cash.
But yeah, I had no idea what these things were, but it made me think, my God, this must be such a massive industry that people buy into without actually knowing what the hell all these herbal medicines are. So you see on like herbal medicine ads, the kind of wording that's used, it's may also help, supported by, helps relieve, may be useful. And I wanted to know if you guys have ever taken any herbal medicine that you swear by. Christian.
I don't swear by any herbal medication, no, but I did buy into one for a very short period of time.
What was it?
And it happened to be my hairdresser who got me onto it. So I was discussing with my hairdresser how at the time I had some tonsillitis. And it kind of comes and goes, and I have a sore throat occasionally. And he said, "Oh, you know what's great for that? It'll get rid of it straight away. Take some olive leaf extract." He encouraged me to take it because he was saying, well, when I go out on the weekend and I just have heaps and heaps of cigarettes and my throat hurts, I just have this and it gets rid of it. It completely helps it.
Really glad he's a health nut there, smoking his cigarettes.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And that was it. I started taking it and it did absolutely nothing. And I thought to myself, mate, just stop smoking.
Yeah.
Stop taking stupid shortcuts to making yourself feel better.
Did you decide to take up smoking in order to see if it actually had an effect on you?
It was amazing.
Because isn't a lot of it with a lot of those herbal things, placebo effect's huge?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think it's a huge placebo effect. Josh, I reckon you're the last person in the world, maybe behind me, that would take that sort of herbal medicine. Just from last patch, we learnt from a cost perspective is probably the main reason
It's
why
very
you wouldn't take it.
expensive, isn't it? No, I've never really taken herbal stuff. The closest I've ever come is more supplements, like actual mineral supplement kind of stuff.
Oh, so you take mineral supplements?
Yeah, as opposed to like herbal. No, I don't.
Really?
But I used to have Centrum for a few years when I was like at school.
Amazing.
I love
Okay, so this is
I love the blurred line here.
Well, it was complete from A to Z. You know, had everything I needed.
So
Did
you
you
actually,
read every letter?
So this is great. So you had Centrum. Why on earth did you have Centrum?
Because mum and dad bought it and and they said you should have these every day, and I went, no problem.
That's exactly the same reason that I used to have them growing up.
Yeah.
Is because they were there.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I never bought it as an adult.
I guess because I have medical professionals in my house, and your parents sort of are more blue collar than white collar. I guess that there's always been this thing that everything you put in your body has to be supported by evidence. But like Centrum, who is the celebrity behind Centrum?
It was Rob De Castella.
Robert De Castella.
Yeah, the marathon runner.
Yeah, a very old marathon runner. And then who does Swiss? Ricky Ponting, a cricketer. Who are these people? Like, as if Ricky Ponting took
Sorry,
Swiss
who are these people?
No, but
they're both very decorated sportsmen. That's who they are.
But as if they took Centrum and Swiss throughout their whole careers. Robert De Castella was running in the 50s. There's no Centrum in the 50s. There's nothing.
It was just A to D at his stage.
Are you saying they didn't have the other letters of the alphabet in the 50s?
It was incomplete from A to D.
Yeah.
When did you stop taking them?
Oh, kind of, I guess, when I left home.
And
I don't know. It wasn't like a moment where I went, I'm not having it anymore. It's like, I think the last bottle ran out and never got replaced.
Is that when you started having those bags under your eyes?
Yeah.
Christian, what is your key to a healthy lifestyle then? Because presumably,
You're asking me, the person you make fun of for being fat.
presumably all you need to do is eat well, eat
Yeah.
minimal meat, heaps of veggies. You should be fine, right? My grandfather lived to 99. He never drank wine, never did exercise, and never took Centrum.
Dion,
He was a marathon runner,
Shut
though.
up.
Why?
Shut up.
Why?
That is not... What are you advocating? Not doing anything in your life and you'll live till 100?
No, what I'm
No.
advocating is that genetics plays a massive part in the longevity of your life.
Yeah, and so does the way that you live your life.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily,
But
yes.
he didn't live particularly well.
So what? He was the lucky one.
But so maybe I'll be the lucky one. You're certainly not the lucky one, Christian.
It is a little bit anecdotal, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like, yes,
It is
it
anecdotal.
is your family, but I think Dion's point is more so that if you don't treat your body like shit, you'll probably be okay. I think that's more you're getting at. The idea that you don't need to do all these health kicks and do all this extra stuff necessarily, but so long as you don't treat your body like shit, you'll probably manage to be all right.
Yeah, I agree. Everything in moderation. The thing that annoys me the most about fad diets and people kind of getting healthy are just the amount of shortcuts people try to take.
Yeah.
And I have been guilty of that as well. Like,
Did you get into the shake craze?
no, I was never a shake monster, but I was never Shake El Halali. but the thing the thing that always got me especially was having my tech right. So by that I mean I had to have the wireless headphones. I had to have the iPhone armband. I had to have the right skins. And all these things got in the way
Yeah, it's
of
so
me
true.
actually exercising.
What was it like? Well, I can't do that until I get this. And I
Yeah.
can't do that till I get this.
And I
So
remember I
true.
ordered my wireless headphones from the States, so it took 4 weeks. So it was just like 4 weeks of me being like, yeah, I'm really ready to go for a run now.
And then once you get the stuff, then you come up with another excuse: too cold, too hot.
Yeah, you have to. The key is for everyone, leverage a friend's motivation.
Oh,
That is the way that I found the best way to get into running is to find a friend who is motivated and force them to force you
that's
to get out of the
that's so
house.
true. That's such a good way. Like even at uni, in terms of studying, if you could pair up with someone who was more intelligent than you, worked harder, that's such a good way of motivating yourself.
Well, that's like the only time I've ever really exercised in my life was when I played men's netball for Victoria, and we
Excuse
had
me?
training. We had training. Why is that so funny? We had fitness training, so we had training twice a week. One was like tactics and gameplay.
Sorry, I'll tell you why it's funny. Because you could have said when I played men's netball, full stop.
Yeah, it's
no,
very
because
interesting.
I've played men's netball outside of that.
Yeah, but it's very interesting you put in the Victoria bit, didn't you?
I was in Resi 2s, so I wasn't in the best team,
Resi
if you must
2s.
know.
Yeah.
It's statement of fact. Anyway, it was official enough and important enough that we had training twice a week.
Can I just pick up on that statement? Josh sighs, a big sigh. That statement of fact. That's not a defense to anything. If I reference a celebrity friend, I could also say that's a statement of fact.
What am I meant to say then?
I was actually going to reference a friend I know that
Okay.
plays in a Victorian netball
All right,
team.
no, I'll rephrase it. I'll rephrase it and see how good it is. The only time I've ever really exercised in my life was
Yes,
at one
Josh.
point when I was playing men's netball.
Okay. Sorry, the story.
Is that better?
No, the story doesn't stop, but yes, it is better.
And so there was training twice a week. And you might want to know why there was training, because it was for Victoria. And so one was fitness, and it was like, oh yeah, I'm actually doing fitness. So we'd go, you'd do running and
Oh. So you're saying
drills and stuff.
you actually train at a professional level.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it was more.
It's more amateur though, isn't it?
But it was more the idea of like what Christian was saying about leveraging a friend. It was like, no, you go
Yep.
with your team and
Yep.
you're all there
Yes.
and you're pushing each other
Yes.
to run and finish that thing. And I saw a massive improvement in my fitness.
While we're still on the topic of Robert De Castella and his fun runs and being fit, Josh, you did something the other day which really offended me, and I was waiting for the podcast to really air this
Well,
out.
Dion knows what it is because
Air
he's
out my-
laughing.
air
He's having a
out
good
my-
chuckle.
Dion, help me out here.
Sure.
You were generous enough before my 10-kilometer Australia Day run to say,
Ah.
"Hey Christian, good luck for the run."
Yep.
Josh, what was your response?
I just questioned. Good luck for a fun run.
Not good luck, Christian, or hey, I hope you perform well. No, it was good luck for a fun run? Question mark.
Yeah.
What did you take issue with, Josh?
No, because it's a fun run. You're not competing against anyone. This
is great.
You're just running around. Like if it was.
What do you mean you're just running around?
Yeah, no, if it was a marathon and it's like, oh, you're competing against people, good luck, Christian. Absolutely, I'm wishing you good luck.
Okay.
A fun run, there's nothing at stake. There's nothing on the line for you.
So
you
would
don't need the luck.
So would you so would you wish someone doing an amateur performance on stage good luck before their show?
Absolutely.
What's the competition there? Who are they competing against?
But they could stuff it up and make an idiot of themselves, and you want them to have a good performance and perform well.
Just like I may not have finished the 10 kilometers, which is what Dion
right.
was saying good luck for.
Christian,
wasn't.
Christian, I hope when Josh is playing for Victoria, the amateur league, you never wished him good luck.
So I have a weird thing that every time I play netball, I shake the hand of my opponent before the game.
I'll shake your hand.
Oh, before.
And I don't wish them good luck. I say, good game. I don't want to give them the luck. I'm like, have a good game, but I'm not giving them the luck.
Good game.
Wow.
Good game.
That
doesn't even make sense, like to say good game.
But
it's
it's
like-
like, have a good game.
But I don't think it's resonating with him at all. He's not going, I gotta get that luck. I gotta get that luck out of someone
Yeah, that's
here.
right.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's just a little mental thing that I do.
For yourself.
Yeah, it's for me. It's more for
Do you
me.
make eye contact or just like a peace sign or something? When you... So, Josh, I'm wondering, does that wishing of good luck, do you not wish people good luck in general? Does that extend to other situations? Christian, what would you want someone to wish you good luck for?
Everything.
Everything.
Yep.
Why? But okay.
Good luck with a new job?
Yep.
Yeah, go for that. For
God,
sure.
he's so cutthroat though. That just
know.
made it
Okay.
in, didn't it?
Yeah, but like, Why can't my good lucks have value? If you're just handing out good luck willy-nilly, it means nothing, okay? If I'm wishing you good luck, oh, geez, Porter means it.
Yeah, no. Sorry, Dion. I do. If I was to get that from Josh, it would really resonate with me.
See? But thank you so much.
But you're not to know that. How do you know Josh has such a high good luck threshold?
Because he doesn't give them to me. I crave them. You're like a disapproving dad. Your kids are going to resent you.
You'll do some like amazing gymnastic dive or flip and look to me and I go,
Yeah, it's the same with a lot of stuff. It's the same with eating food, and your recognition of that food is not like you don't like recognizing things. You don't recognize.
Or maybe it's just I'm quite frugal with my approval. And so when it comes it comes strong. It's good. Back to supplements for a moment. I realized that if there was a way that I could tell they were really working effectively, I would probably be more likely to take them. So like if there was, I thought about this, I was like, if there was like a video game thing where it was like, if I had this thing, I had a timer that went like, for the next 6 hours, you're going to have this effect on you.
Yeah.
I would absolutely take supplements because you could really see tangible benefits.
Do you have a problem with taking like Panadol and ibuprofen?
I don't take them like
Really?
hardly at all. The only time I ever do, and I kind of have this rule about if it's self-inflicted, I try not to do it. So if it's like a hangover or something, I'm like, no, you did this to yourself, Josh. Play it out. The only time I will is if I've got stuff to do and I have to go and do it. So I've got work or something. I'm like, no, have a Panadol now. But if I'm just around the house, no, I'll leave it.
I used to have the exact same mentality as you, Josh, until a very high doctor in the Australian doctor scene said to me, why would you do that? We've made the drugs for the exact purpose of getting rid of the pain. You don't need to put up with it. Stop being so macho.
Is there anything, though, about your body becoming accustomed to it and not being as effective?
Not with
Nope.
Panadol and ibuprofen. I
Yeah,
don't
see,
think.
in my brain still kind of says that.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah.
But to be
That's
honest,
why he took Centrum, I guess. Same sort of logic.
to be honest, I think that I reason that most headaches, I will ask 2 questions of the person if they have a headache. Straight away, I'll say...
Can I guess the first one?
Yes.
Have you drunk water?
Yep.
That's the second one, and you've ruined the bit. No, not at all. I'll ask first, how many cups of coffee have you had today?
Yeah.
And then, how many glasses of water have you had to follow that?
Yep.
Because if people treated their bodies like their phones... and they charged them with water like they keep their phones charged, maybe there'd be less headaches.
I'm right on water, absolutely. I'm behind you on that one.
Yeah.
I've started drinking a lot more water in the last, 3 or 4 years. It's made a big difference.
I had a guy at school, like in primary school, who used to have a water bottle, and he seriously, I wondered when he was 17 if he was still breastfeeding, because he used to suckle on it like a nipple, and it's always used to be in and out of his mouth. Like if he was asking the teacher a question, he'd have to remove the pump bottle from his mouth and talk, and then he'd put it straight back in.
Should have invested in a Camelback.
What a great idea.
The other thing you see a lot is these studies that are like, oh, 1 glass of wine once a week really helps your body. And then like a month later, no glasses of wine is much better for you. It seems like the research is always cyclical and it keeps going round and round and round in circles of like, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing.
It's really hard to keep track of as well, because there's so, like, I was having a look at the oil leaf extract Christian loves and devours online, and the problem is you look up olive leaf extract and it's all just the companies that produce it and the benefits and stuff. So that the SEO of all these companies, they've recognized that if people are going to Google it, they need to come up, it needs to be really up the top of the page advocating for it.
And the actual research that potentially tells you the benefits is not existing.
No.
Yeah.
Yep. It's on page 14 of Google.
It's on the ooh of Google. And now it's time for Oh Wow of the Week.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. The phrase o'clock is short for of the clock and comes from a time where you had to specify you weren't using a sundial.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So at Patchwork, we really enjoy hearing from you. We love getting emails from you. You can email us at welcometopatchwork@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. But recently, we had a friend of the podcast, Aaron Block, write into us. And he wrote the following. He said that he had some life questions and suggestions. And basically he said, I have 8,000 unread emails. I've started procrastinating and putting off other important tasks to delete them all. And he asks, am I wasting my time? Josh, do you think Aaron is wasting his time?
It's a lot of emails. That is a lot of emails.
8,000 unread emails.
Unbelievable.
I want to know at what point it got out of control. Like, I'm imagining that for a long time it was maybe, 10, 20, sitting around that. That's manageable. And then at some point it ticked over to like 50 and he just threw his hands up like, I'm not getting through this. And it's just rolled on for years.
The only way that I can reason that Aaron isn't a nutcase is that his badge notifications, the things that show on your phone, were turned off. So one day he just went to his inbox and said, oh my God, 8,000. I really have to get this under control.
Imagine if it's just come in the last week.
Do you know what? The odds are that there is one very important email in there that's been lost that he's missed.
Really?
At least one.
I don't know.
You don't think out of 8,000?
I don't think so. I when people have like 16,000 unread emails, that's just them being reckless with how often they hand out their emails to companies.
What?
As if people are getting 16,000 personally addressed
Imagine
emails.
if he's got 8,000 pen pals overseas. Do you know what? I have a bigger issue, which is I have 63 unread emails that I need to look at, but I've got 1,690. What have I got? What do you think I've got?
Ooh.
Spam emails?
Nope.
No.
Sorry, I was answering Josh like he does a retailer. Nope. I know I have 1,690 drafts.
What?
Yeah, because I use Gmail, my drafts in Gmail, as when I want to quickly write something, I just know it's always searchable, so I just whack it in there.
How many templated emails are you sending?
1,690. No, they're not.
That's absurd.
You should see Christian's face.
Do you know why,
you look
Dion?
disgusted and bewildered.
Could I ask you a question? What type of phone do you use?
An iPhone.
Is there an application called Notes on that?
But Notes is shit.
It does. No, it's not.
It is.
It
Notes
will
is
serve,
shit.
No, it'll serve the purpose for what you want, which is to quickly access an application to write small notes down.
It doesn't have the search functionality that Google does.
So can you give me an example of, say, a few of these templates
Yep.
that you're using so frequently that you need to keep 1,600 of them?
They're not templates. It's seriously like my notes. It's like a notes app.
So you're not even sending them. You're not even copying them and sending them. Like, you're using it wrong. You're using it absolutely wrong.
No, I'm not.
Absolutely.
Yes, you are.
How many drafts do you have?
0.
Really?
I've got like 3. One of them is my bank account details.
So
Makes sense because
Get
I send
rid
that
of
to a
that.
lot of people.
Get rid of it.
Send it to a lot of people.
Get rid of it.
No.
Save it somewhere else, not in your
It is
email
somewhere else.
drafts.
It is in Google Keep as well, but I have it in email drafts because it goes in my email
I
a lot.
would love to hear from listeners if they use please,
No.
if you use the drafts thing in Gmail
You are
like I do.
You are so far out of the limb for this one, mate.
There needs to be, Google needs to enact a law which says that after 7 years, that Google needs to be like an accountant. After 7 years, they're allowed to delete your emails.
Do you know what the problem is with Aaron and myself? It's the point of no return. We're screwed.
That's what I think. It just needs to be go to the start of the year. So swing back to January and just delete everything before that and go
Can't
through
do it.
from there.
Can't do it. It's like
You can.
it's like cleaning up your family home. You recently did that, Josh. How hard is it chucking stuff out? Especially stuff that doesn't take up space. All it does is add an extra number.
Then select all and do mark as read and start from there if you want to keep them.
Can't do it.
Do you know what?
I've got no idea who Marcus Red is either.
Do you know what annoys me the most about a Google inbox is that Google, in their infinite wisdom, have offered so much storage space for emails that it's foreseeable that none of us will ever need to clear our inbox out for our entire lives.
Yeah.
So there will be inboxes of people who have passed away just lingering there for all of eternity, full.
Do you know what, Christian? I can understand your frustration with me because I saw your work email. It is so enviably organized. It's just amazing. And I actually want to sit down with you and learn how to be organized because I'm naturally so disorganized.
I feel like I want to make a Welcome to Patchwork tutorial and put it on YouTube for how to organize your inbox.
It's stunning.
Why is it so organized?
And I have no shame in saying
Colors, labels, folders.
some emails will be
Names.
will have 3 labels attached to them. It's important that you're able to clearly identify particular emails belonging to particular groups of people, having folders to organize them them in, and making sure that your emails are clean.
Is there such thing as like...
Don't archive them, Josh.
No.
You don't understand. No, I'm not getting angry. Relax.
I am, very
Relax.
quickly. No.
Relax.
So I label, but I also archive, mate.
Sure. What I'm trying to say is the relief I feel from hitting delete and never having to worry about that email again is superb.
No, archive gives you that exact same feeling, but the
doesn't.
extra feeling that
No.
should I have made a mistake here, I can still search for it.
No,
and
that's
it's
the
still
issue.
going to come up
You're
when I hit
holding
labels.
on to the past, Josh. That's a hoarder. You're
not a
hoarding.
hoarder.
Yes, your archive folder is like your storage space.
Are you a hoarder, Josh?
No.
Yes, you are.
keep
You're an e-hoarder.
A while ago, the place I was working at switched from,
Office 365 to Google.
yeah. And
I had no idea, but everyone's
Right.
switching.
And everyone, the number of employees that could not understand the difference between folders and labels, it was infuriating to me.
Yeah.
Because I was the guy who understood how it works.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can do that. They go, I just can't drop it into... I'm like, no. You don't drop it into the label. You label it with the label. You reverse that process, and it's very straightforward.
How frustrating is it that you were the authority on something so simple?
I know.
And people coming up to you, ask Josh, he can help you out with
Yeah.
that. And it's like, no. Just work it out yourself like I did.
But Christian, in terms of that organization of email as well, you're amazing at like formatting documents and formatting like folders on shared drives. I don't know, you have such an ordered brain. I'm so jealous of that.
I think what it is that we just have different threshold for aesthetics.
Yeah.
When I see something that is not organized correctly in a document, I can't move on. I
Yeah.
can't go on with that. And I think that actually works to my detriment a lot of the time.
No, if I was to go one way, it would be being super organized and super obsessed with that stuff.
I try and get my dad onto this stuff, and he, like, you give him, he'll be downloading a photo, whatever, you show him, he's like, where should I save it? And my answer time and time again is, wherever makes sense for you. Whatever file system you want that makes sense for you, that's what you should do. Don't let me do it, because when I look for something, my brain has organized it in the way that goes, it makes sense for this to be in patchwork, into this thing, into this thing, into this thing.
Yep.
So Dad, whatever makes sense to you. He's like, what do you think? No, think about yourself.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything to do with it. Talking about work emails though, I do remember, and I just looked it up, I got this work email a while ago that I found quite funny. It was sent company-wide, and I think you guys will quite enjoy the content of this email. Hi team. The paper...
Hi, team. Isn't this their Roy-Boss challenge?
The paper recycling bin in the print room is not for throwing out old keyboards. It is for paper. Can't believe I even have to email about this.
Those work signs, sometimes you see work signs and they're like, there's some
The
people are so
passive aggression.
passive aggressive
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
that's very
So what
good.
was the thought process? Someone looked in, they thought, probably made from paper. Put this keyboard in.
It'd be so easy to attribute blame. It's the one person without a keyboard.
But
Have
that's
you-
it.
Yeah.
The person who it was knows exactly what it was. And they're like, oh yeah, I thought a bin's a bin's a bin.
Someone using a virtual keyboard with a mouse on screen.
Dion, I really enjoyed laughing at that, but God, I really want to rewind about 15 seconds now where Josh said, a bin's a bin's a bin. And we all just glanced over it. Oh, I can't wait to listen back to
I didn't
that.
even hear it.
A bin's a bin's a bin.
That's what he thought. Keyboard, paper, what's the difference? Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 3 patches since my last confession.
What are your sins, my son?
Father, I ran out of room in the fridge and put my food on my housemate's shelf.
Oh no. My fresh young lamb. Oh, you stupid idiot. Have you never lived with other housemates before?
I've been living there for 3 years, Father.
And has this housemate also been living there for 3 years?
2.
So they're well aware of the rules of the fridge?
Well, yes, Father, but you see, every now and again, he stocks the freezer too full and I can't fit anything in the freezer, so I feel it's only right that I should be able to take some of his space on the shelf.
But the freezer is communal ground.
You're right, it is undisputed territory. However, on the shelves. It's very clearly defined.
It is, my son. In the chapel's fridge, we have one level for the holy bread and one for the holy wine.
So, do you have a lot of holy wine, do you, Father?
I have a little bit on a Friday night.
Bit of late night mass, Father.
This is your confession.
I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry.
Tell me, my son, have you made a monopoly out of any other shelves in your house, or is it restrained to the fridge?
There's only been a rare occasion that my Cocoa Pops have ventured to another shelf in the pantry.
So you're a serial offender.
How could I resist, Father? It was 2 for $10. I bought 12 packets.
And how could I resist that pun, my son? In fact, the only penance I'm going to give to you is to buy my CD out the front. The CD you'll see is titled Padre Pun. The best of.
Okay, Father.
Now fuck off.
Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, hello, child.
Hi, my name's Timmy.
Well, Timmy, it's good to have you here in confession. Is this your first confession?
Oh, I don't know. Mum just told me to come here, and I just came here. I don't know what I'm doing. What is this bloody wooden house I'm in? This is bullshit.
My son, you're in the confessional booth.
Yeah, it looks like a bloody Christian treehouse.
Now watch your mouth, young boy. What is your name?
That's Timmy.
Timmy, was that your God-given name?
I don't know if God gave it to me. I think Mum did. But she was in a really bad mood on that day, so...
I can tell.
Yeah, she's in a shocker this morning as well. I don't know why.
Well, obviously you must have an idea. What is your confession today, young Timmy?
I don't really want to go into it. It's not really... I don't really feel comfortable talking about it.
How will I absolve you of your sins?
Well, I don't really know what that means.
It means I'm going to lay my hands on you and remove the sin from within.
Oh, it sounds pretty typical of what happens in a church. Yeah, I guess I was at school and I got caught doing something I shouldn't do. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, of course I worry about it. I worry about all my stray lambs.
Well, I guess I was in the bleachers. I go to an American school. I was in the bleachers and I was just hanging out with some people. And I wanted like a puff of a cigarette.
A cigarette?
Yeah. And I got in trouble. I got sent home. And Mum's little rat bag. She wrapped her knuckles around my face. It's quite interesting, actually. I don't know how you wrap knuckles around a face, but...
So, Timmy, was it just a puff? And is this the first time?
Yeah,
Tell me.
It was just a puff. I mean, I smoke a packet a week, but... but on the other occasion, it's just a puff.
And do you think it makes you look cool?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I guess I look pretty cool now.
Well, you know what's cool, Timmy?
What's cool?
Jesus is cool.
What? Did he smoke? What does he smoke? What does he smoke? He looks like he smokes.
You know what else is cool?
What else?
Asking for forgiveness is cool.
So I should ask for forgiveness then?
Respecting your mother and father is cool.
But
You know what else is cool, Timmy?
what's that?
Studying and getting good grades.
Oh, that's not cool. That's bullshit.
Now you're going to be a good little boy and stop smoking?
As long as I can smoke while I'm studying.
But you promise to get good grades?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Then-
why not?
Then puff away, my son.
Oh, it sounds pretty good. Actually, I want to get out of this place. I need a bloody smoko.
Be good, my son.
Thanks, mate.
Really, really good. You know what's really, really good? Really, really good. You know what's really, really good?
You know what's really good? Realizing how much cheaper it is to pickle your own vegetables. Learning how to pickle your own vegetables and then consuming your pickled vegetables. And then telling everybody that you pickle your own vegetables.
Really good. Really good. Really good. Do you know what's really good? The last 2 minutes of any Extreme Makeover show. Really good. Really good.
Do you know what's really good? When you take a football out of the cupboard and it's pumped up ready for use.
Really good. Really good.
We love hearing your really good, so make sure that you jump onto our Facebook page when we have our Really Good Fridays. We'll make sure to read out your really goods if you post them. Do you know what Andrew Tortino thinks is really good? A cool change.
Really good.
Really good.
Really good. Do you know what Aaron Block thinks is really good? When you drop your phone and the screen smashes, but the damage is absorbed entirely by your tempered glass screen protector.
Really good.
Really good. Really good.
And do you know what Daniel Reutman thinks is really good? When you find out that someone you hated in high school has begun to bald badly.
Really good. Really good. You know what?
Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork this week. A reminder that we have a Patreon page, so if you go to patreon.com/welcome to patchwork, you can help us out. Josh, what did you sew into your patch this week?
My patch this week was me playing men's netball for Victoria. Christian, what was your patch this week?
My patch for this week was the Holy Father, Jesus Christ, resurrected after 3 days to find he has 8,000 unread emails. And Dion, what was your patch for this week?
In my patch this week, I have Timmy in an ad commercial for Centrum smoking an organic cigarette. Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork. I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
Goodbye.
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 Planning on going and getting some more this afternoon. Are you saying I shouldn't? I feel pretty bad.